I can't believe they passed away so suddenly. And both parents, no less. And they still have children who aren't even adults yet.
I am Shugo Nishikido. In the autumn of my second year in middle school, my parents died in an accident. It felt like a bolt from the blue, and I couldn't grasp what was happening. Then,
Shugo!
Sakurako, my sister, called out to me, and I turned towards her. We had different mothers, and apparently, her mother passed away right after giving birth. The relationship between my sister and my mother, who wasn't her biological mother, was good, and I had always looked up to her.
It's okay. I'll always be by your side.
A gentle warmth enveloped me. To a 14-year-old like me, my sister, who was 10 years older, seemed like a true adult. Yeah. Leaning into my sister's kindness, I nodded softly. Not long after the funeral, I moved into my sister's apartment, where she lived alone. Since then, she took care of me like a parent.
Shugo! You forgot your lunch.
Sakurako was a novelist, and thanks to our parents' inheritance and our investments, we lived comfortably. By the way, our parents were quite wealthy, so both my sister and I inherited a considerable amount. Still, we lived frugally, avoiding unnecessary spending, including outsourcing housework.
How's school? Keeping up with the classes?
Yeah, no problem so far. How's your writing going?
It's been going well lately. Since we started living together, I feel like I've been getting some good inspiration.
No matter how busy we were, we always made time to catch up with each other. Now, it was just the two of us. We decided to share our worries and support each other.
Your favorite mystery series will be released soon.
I can't wait! I'm looking forward to finally reading it. Time flew by as we lived our lives together. At every milestone, whether it was a birthday or graduation, my sister was always there for me. Each time, the sadness of not having our parents faded a little, and I was constantly grateful for my sister's presence. It's all thanks to you that I'm here today.
How's the food today? Does it taste good?
Yeah, as always, it's delicious. Thanks for everything, sis. 10 years passed since our parents died. I was now 24 and lived alone in an apartment near my sister's place. But even now, my sister would worry about my eating habits and sometimes invite me over for dinner. Oh, how's it going with that guy you mentioned from the matchmaking party? The one you hit it off with?
Well, actually, he proposed to me yesterday.
Really? That's amazing! You've been talking about him so fondly. I'm glad things are going well.
Yeah, thanks. I'll let you know once we've set up a formal introduction.
My sister, who had always taken care of me and supported me, was now smiling with such happiness. Seeing her like that filled my heart with joy. As I left her house, I looked forward to meeting her fiancé. A few weeks later, we met up at a private room in a high-end restaurant for the formal introduction of my sister's fiancé. Nice to meet you. I'm Masuya Oda, and I'm in a serious relationship with Sakurako, with marriage in mind. Nice to meet you. I'm Sakurako's younger brother, Shugo Nishikido. Sorry it took so long to arrange a meeting. My work schedule has been hectic. Masuya Oda is apparently the CEO of a company called Oda Office. He met my sister at a matchmaking party, where they bonded over shared interests. My family wasn't well off, so I had to work hard from a young age. Even after I started my business, it was tough, but Sakurako always supported me through it all. Perhaps because she's a novelist, my sister is knowledgeable about many things and is always in tune with the latest trends. Apparently, her advice had helped improve Oda's company's performance on several occasions.
Well, Masuya, you always support me too. You listen to my troubles with writing and surprise me with my favorite sweets.
That's only natural. I want to cherish you, and I'm a big fan of your novels as well. Oh, you're a fan of my sister's novels too, Masuya? Which one's your favorite? By the way, I love her mystery series. Especially the way the main character lives his life. He's so compelling, especially in that scene. A strong, upright man is just so cool, especially in that part where... I've admired him ever since middle school, and I just can't stop talking.
Okay, stop. You're making Masuya uncomfortable.
Sorry, I get too excited whenever I talk about my sister's novels. No worries, your enthusiasm makes it all the more enjoyable. I look forward to meeting you again. Oda smoothly covers for me with a smile. What a mature man, I thought. I may be inexperienced, but I promise I'll make Sakurako happy. Please give us your blessing. I want nothing more than for my sister to be happy. Please take care of her. With the formal introduction over, we parted ways for the day. Listen to this! My sister's finally getting married! Yeah, that's the 5th time you've told me. A few days later, I was at my regular bar, bursting with excitement as I talked to Takasugi Tomonobu, a handsome man sitting next to me. Though it was our first meeting, we hit it off, and the conversation flowed easily. I owe so much to my sister. I'm sure she's had to sacrifice a lot for me. So now that she's finally happy, I can't help but talk about it over and over. That's true. Seeing a family member's happy smile is a wonderful thing. I wish I had done more to show my parents my appreciation while they were alive. Takasugi told me that he lost his parents a few years ago. Right after they passed, there was so much going on, and it was tough for him. Whether it's something you're fond of or something you regret, there are still moments when you want to share it with your parents. But then, you remember they're not around anymore, and the loneliness hits all over again. I know what you mean. I had those same thoughts after my parents passed. But I had my sister to talk to, and she listened to everything I had to say. We've always supported back to each other, as a way of supporting each other. But looking back, I'm sure she supported me much more than I supported her. I see. Then you've got to make sure you show her your gratitude and return the favor. Yes, as her little brother, I want to support her, and I'm even ready to help her with work if needed. So, what do you do for work, Shugo? Want to exchange business cards? At Takasugi's suggestion, we exchanged cars. What? We both widened our eyes in shock at what was written on the cars. Alright, let's head to the next bar, Takasugi! You're drinking too much, Shugo. After leaving the bar, I walked down the street with Takasugi. Huh? Is that... I spotted a couple in the distance and instinctively moved closer, hiding in the shadows. The reason being... What the hell? Masuya? My sister's fiancé, Masuya, was walking closely with another woman.
So, what do you think? Can you get your hands on her inheritance?
It's going well. That brother and sister pair are so naive, it's almost laughable. They are the perfect marks, just a pair of rich fools who've never known hardship. Easy to fool. Once I've drained all the money I can, I'll divorce her as quickly as possible.
Still, it's a little frustrating that you've been spending so much time with that woman instead of me. You better make it up to me.
Ray, you're always so needy. You know you're the only one I love. I'll make it up to you with a present, okay? That should cheer you up.
Aww, yay! I love you, Masuya.
That bastard. As I clenched my teeth, glaring at Masuya Oda, Takasugi placed a hand on my shoulder with a concerned expression. Hey, calm down, Shugo. What's going on? Takasugi caught up to me and put a hand on my shoulder, and the rage that had been building up inside me began to subside. Actually, I told him about how I had seen my sister's fiancé with another woman, how that woman seemed to be his real lover, and how their conversation suggested he had only proposed to my sister for her inheritance. I see. If that's true, your anger is justified. But if you act rashly and end up in trouble with the police, your sister would be devastated. You're right. I'm sorry. I lost my cool, but I'm calm now. I'll talk to my sister and tell her what's going on. She needs to know. Yes, that's important, but isn't your sister's fiancé a company president? Yes, he runs a company called Oda Office. As I explained more about Masuya Oda, Takasugi's expression changed as if he had thought of a great idea. A month later, in the president's office of Oda Office, Masuya Oda and his secretary, Rei Kaneku, were having a conversation.
A meeting with the chairman of our business partner?
Yes, they're one of our major clients. The chairman hasn't been in charge for long, so I'm sure there's a lot to catch up on. You're my secretary, so I would like you to attend with me.
Sure, understood. I'm only dating Masuya because he's a president, but he's not that wealthy. I'll just squeeze all the money I can out of him and leave him for someone else. Besides, I've got another man on the side, and I can't keep entertaining Masuya all the time.
Unaware of Kaneku's thoughts, Oda continued to smile lovingly at her. Several days later, the two were sitting in the car, smiling as they headed to meet their business partner.
So, that woman agreed to help you?
Yeah, I told her my guardian was seriously ill, and she's agreed to provide financial support. Just like you said, Ray, people who've grown up without parents really fall for these sob stories. The two continued their cheerful conversation, but as they arrived at their business partner's office, their expressions quickly changed. Wait, what do you mean the deal is cancelled?
Yeah, you can't just tell us something like that out of the blue.
They desperately pleaded with the chairman of the company, but when he turned around, there was a cold smile on his face. This is final. You'll have to accept it. Frankly, there have been too many unsettling rumors about your company, and we believe it's time to cut ties. The chairman was none other than Takasugi Tomonobu. The major client of Oda Office was part of Takasugi's conglomerate, Takasugi Group. By the way, the struggles Takasugi had mentioned regarding his parents' passing mostly revolved around his new role as chairman. Unsettling rumors, you say? Yes. For example, that your company's president, Masuya Oda, is apparently in dire financial straits. So much so that he's been banking on the inheritance of his fiancée. That's not true. Those are just baseless rumors spread by envious people. I see. You're saying they're just rumors. Well, that's why I hired a private investigator to look into your company. A private investigator? And wouldn't you know it, some discrepancies in your financial records came up. Which is why we've decided that continuing business with you is no longer viable.
Are you accusing us of illegal activity?
Yes, according to the investigation, your company has been embezzling funds. That can't be! I swear we're innocent! Besides, can you even trust this so-called investigation? I anticipated you'd say that, so I brought the investigator with me today. At Takasugi's words, the door to the president's office opened, and in walked the investigator. Oda froze when he saw who it was. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Shugo Nishikido, an investigator with Love Detective Agency. Yes, I work as a private investigator, and Takasugi requested a background check through my agency. This investigation was part of the plan Takasugi came up with. By the way, the reason I became a private investigator is that I've always admired the detective characters in my sister's novels. So, was there something about our agency's credibility you wanted to question? I see now. You're against my marriage to Sakurako, aren't you? You forced the investigation results to sabotage me, didn't you? Of course not. For one thing, I wasn't the one investigating your company. Given that you already know who I am, undercover work wouldn't exactly be effective. Shut up! We've been set up! Chairman Takasugi, you can't believe this fabricated report.
Yeah! There's no way this investigation can be trusted.
Oda was grasping at straws, trying to make sense of the situation. As for Kaneku, she probably didn't realize I was Sakurako's brother, but from my name and how I spoke, she might have figured it out by now. If you're so sure, then how about we file a criminal complaint for embezzlement and have the police look into it? That's right. If we have falsified evidence, we'll be charged with perjury. Let's see who's telling the truth. No, there's no need to go that far. It was clear Oda didn't want the authorities involved. Seeing him try to backpedal, I decided to land another blow. Incidentally, Takasugi Group isn't the only one who requested an investigation. My sister, Sakurako Nishikido, also asked for a background check on you, Masuya Oda. Of course, the real story is that I begged my sister to make the request after learning the truth about Oda. Once the official request came through, my colleagues and I worked tirelessly to gather evidence. We needed proof that the two of you were trying to scam my sister. Deceive? That's ridiculous. Oh, so you weren't trying to scam her? Because according to your friends, Masuya Oda said he had no intention of staying with my sister unless there was money involved. And Rei Kaneku, you boasted to your other lover about how you encouraged Oda to scam my sister. Another lover? Oda, shocked by the revelation, stared at Kaneku in disbelief, but I had no sympathy for him. Even though they were discussing this on a quiet street, I knew their loose lips would give us the information we needed. But still, it was infuriating to hear them brag about it. With their consent, we recorded the testimonies from your friends. My colleague also recorded your conversations in public, including the part where you said, "Once I've drained her for all she's worth, I'll divorce her." My sister also recorded your recent conversation, where you secured financial support from her using a fabricated sob story. With all this evidence, we could charge you both with attempted marriage fraud. Marriage fraud? I truly intended to marry Sakurako! Oh, what exactly do you mean by marriage? Surely you don't think it's just about filing paperwork, right? Legally, marriage requires both parties to genuinely intend to be married. If there is no intent, the marriage can be deemed invalid, and fraud charges can follow. From the testimonies of your friends, it's clear you had no such intent.
Wait, did you say both of you? Are you saying I'm going down for this too?
Realizing the implications, Kaneku interrupts, panicking. I couldn't believe she thought she would get off scot-free. You knew Oda planned to commit fraud, and you encouraged him. At the very least, you would be charged as an accessory, possibly even as an instigator.
No!
Even if you aren't charged criminally, my sister intends to file a lawsuit for emotional distress. After all the heartache you've caused, don't ever think you can escape responsibility. This is all your fault, Rei. If you hadn't been so reckless with money, we wouldn't have needed to embezzle or commit fraud. And now you're cheating on me? How could you?
What? You're just a pathetic president in name only. It's only natural I'd look for someone better.
Alright. Enough of the bickering. This is my company, so cut it out. Takasugi tries to settle things with a sigh, but... Shut up, you spoiled rich kids!
Yeah! You've had everything handed to you without a single struggle.
Why should you be the ones who get everything, while I've had to scrape by? The world really is all about money, isn't it? Masuya Oda, who had apparently struggled with money in his youth, clearly had some deep-seated resentment toward the wealthy. But turning his anger toward us was nothing but misplaced frustration. Just as I was about to speak up, "Spoiled rich kids? You've got some nerve. What you've done goes way beyond money." Hey! Takasugi's normally calm voice boomed with rage. Later, I learned that once his anger switch was flipped, he couldn't hold back. Sure, I didn't have financial hardships, and neither did the Nishikidos. But I've had to carry the burden of keeping my parents' company afloat. Every day I've worked my ass off under that pressure. The Nishikidos lost their parents 10 years ago, and they've been working hard ever since to protect each other. And what about you? What have you done? You've hurt others with your lies, trying to take the easy way out by stealing their money. Don't act like you're entitled to criticize us for being spoiled. Oda and Kaneku, overwhelmed by Takasugi's fierce gaze, couldn't say another word. Afterward, Masuya Oda and Rei Kaneku were arrested for fraud. My sister also sued for emotional distress and won. Upon further investigation of Oda office's books, it was revealed that they had indeed been embezzling funds. Both were charged with embezzlement and breach of trust and were rearrested. Damn it! Where did my life go wrong? Had they lived their lives with honesty, things might have turned out differently. They would now have to live with their regrets. Meanwhile, as for us, a year after my sister broke off the engagement, Takasugi, or rather, Tomonobu, started dating her. He had been inviting us out frequently to cheer her up, and over time, he and my sister grew closer. Sakurako, don't worry. I did a background check on Tomonobu, and there's nothing shady about him. Wait, Shugo, you investigated me too? Of course, I don't want my sister getting hurt again, but it looks like I'm finally going to have a great brother-in-law, so I'm relieved. Now I'm starting to worry if I'm really cut out to be your brother-in-law. What? No way! Please take care of me too!
You two are still getting along as always. That's good to see.
Sakurako had been so down after breaking off the engagement, but now she was smiling beautifully again. And I owe it all to Tomonobu. There is no such thing as a life without hardships. Sooner or later, everyone hits a wall. In those moments, it's how you treat the people around you that determines your future. If you live sincerely and face every challenge with integrity, happiness will find its way to you. My name is Yuto Sakai. I'm 25 years old. It's my first day today to start working as a sales rep at a job advertisement company. I left a venture company last month where I had been working since I graduated from high school. I decided to work for a new company to advance my career by enhancing my skill. Hello everyone, my name is Yuto Sakai. It's a real pleasure to meet all of you. Fancy meeting you here, Sakai. I turned my face to the familiar voice. There, I saw one of my classmates from high school, Ota. What? Are you really Ota? I guess we haven't seen each other since the graduation. I never imagined of meeting you again. You worked right after graduating from high school, didn't you? Yes, I did. You're wasting your time by working for a major company like this. This company needs a guy like me who graduated from a famous university. Hey, Ota, don't interrupt his first speech. You should cut it out. Whoops, my bad. Oh no, it's the same as back then. I didn't want to meet him here. You're eating so little for lunch again? Leave me alone, it's none of your business. My mother raised me by herself, so we were living in poverty then. My lunchbox is small, but there are some rice and some leftover from yesterday's dinner. I'm satisfied with this. However, he's insensitive enough to pick on me. I don't think you can realize your dream to start your own business. Moreover, you might end up being a homeless man who struggles to find food every day. I have a dream to start my own business. Maybe he doesn't like the idea of me having such a dream. Why is he always picking on me? He doesn't know anything about my situation. I felt bitter looking back on my high school days. On the way back to my desk, I managed to tell him what I wanted to say. It's true that I'm not highly educated. Say what? However, I've learned a lot through experiences and brushed up my sales skills. I'll do my best to contribute to this company by utilizing my experiences and skills. Alright, but the real world is much harsher than you may think. I'm sure you'll turn tail and run from here before long. Ota left at last, after having talked a lot at me. After that, I went to other departments to say hello, and then got some orientation. The first day was over. Jeez, I'm really tired. Today, I happened to meet my old classmate I don't like. To my surprise, we're in the same department. It was too much for the first day. I'm worried that I have to see his face every day at work. I did avoid him in my high school days, but I can't do the same now, can I? Well, I have my future ahead of me. I should stop whining for such a small thing. I'm a little depressed, but if I overcome this, I can go to the next level. This is how I turn a new page of my life. I had finished taking a few days of orientation. Today, I'm ready to start working as a sales rep. First, you're in charge of taking care of the existing customers. Good luck! Thank you. I'll do the best I can.
Feel free to ask me anything, okay?
Thanks, I will. My job is to take care of the existing customers. It's a route sales. I go visit the place of our customer and suggest a recruitment plan. Even though I'm new to the company, no excuses will be accepted. Our customers expect me to know their information, have the necessary knowledge, and make valuable proposals. I can do it! I'm the sales rep for my company. I'll work hard to catch up with my seniors. Since the day, I've been working really hard. Gradually, I've come to be able to do many things which I had no experience in before. I've gotten the contract from more and more customers. I'm back!
Hi, Sakai-kun. I heard you got the contract again. It's the 4th contract you got this month. I can't believe you are still new to the company.
Today, the sales performance for the current quarter will be announced. I've been looking forward to this day. Hey, it's posted! All the sales rep accessed the webpage anxiously. I did it! I won 3rd place! Oh no, Ota took 2nd place.
You took 3rd place. That's wonderful.
While I was a little disappointed, my colleagues were amazed and pleased at my achievement. That's great achievement! We're expecting you to be the ace player in our sales department. Thank you for the compliment. It's because you have taught me well.
You're good at flattering. Let me buy you some drink, okay?
After my colleagues celebrated my achievement, I went to the restroom. There, I came across him, Ota. You're easily flattered, huh? You know it's just a beginner's luck, don't you? I couldn't do this without everyone's support. Congratulations on your achievement. Heh, don't you dare to think you can take my place. I am the real ace around here. On the other hand, you're just a new hire who got lucky this time. That's the reality. If you use your luck like that, I don't think you can achieve your goal to start your own company. This will be your first and last achievement at this company, so you should cherish it forever. I hate him. I did well as a newcomer, but he did better. That's the truth. That's why he's looking down on me like this. My clenched fists were shaking from the mortification. One day, I was getting ready to visit a customer. Hey, you should prepare the sales documents for my client. I'm leaving soon.
I'd appreciate it if you could ask me earlier.
Don't talk me back like that. Do as you're told to do. Hurry up.
Okay.
Ota was telling his colleague to do his job arrogantly. He's so arrogant. I should say something to him, but I need to leave the office for my next appointment. Even if I tell him not to do something, he would turn a deaf ear to a new hire like me. I think I would ask other staff later on to see how things turned out. That's when I decided to beat Ota in the next quarterly performance report. Since that day, I've been working even harder. One day, the section manager gave me a call. This is Sakai. Hi, Mr. Sakai. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could you visit one of my clients this afternoon? Certainly, sir. I really appreciate it. I'll email you the details. The client of the section manager. I can't afford to make a blunder. I was asked to visit one of the clients of my superior. I'm getting nervous. Now, I'm in the guest room at the client's company waiting for the president. My manager told me to ask the president today only about the future prospects. I heard the president is 27 years old. He seems to be famous for being a young president in this industry. Sorry to have kept you waiting. I'm the representative of this company. My name is Tetsuya Yamashita. Are you Mr. Sakai? It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Yamashita. My name is Yuto Sakai. I came here today on behalf of Mr. Suzuki, our section manager. I'm sure you heard from Mr. Suzuki, but I just want you to listen to me today. We're similar age, so please relax. Yes, sir. After exchanging business cards and introducing ourselves, we got down to brass tacks. Mr. Yamashita eagerly told me about the company's history, its current state, and its future prospects. I listened to him carefully and suggested some propositions. I have never thought of the approach. I'm so glad that I asked you for advice. Thank you. I am glad too. I'm honored to hear you say so. I want to show you my gratitude. Is it alright if I ask you to go for some drinks? Yes, I would love to. To my surprise, it seems that Mr. Yamashita has come to like me. That night, we went out for some drinks after work. I see. You just entered the company a few months ago. Yes, I need to study more to catch up with others. I was a little relieved as we drank and started talking about more private subjects. Really? I wouldn't be surprised if someone as sincere as you told me he has a girlfriend. I would like to introduce my sister to you someday. I'm glad that you say so, but I need to concentrate on my work for now. I see. Why are you so focused on your work? Do you have any future prospects? Yes, in fact, I would like to start a business to support single mothers in the future. You want to start a business? That sounds great, but why focus on supporting single mothers? To tell the truth, I was raised only by my mother. I saw my mother work so hard, that's why I have wanted to do something about it. Oh, I see. Then we have a similar background. We do? Yes, I didn't have a father in my family. We were really poor then. I wanted to financially support my mother by becoming the president of a company. That was my motivation. I'm very surprised to hear about your past. As I was too surprised to speak, he took a sip of his drink and smiled gently. I feel exactly the same way. I want to be able to support single mothers like my mom, so I need to work harder. That sounds wonderful. I'm glad we talked frankly. I think we're similar to each other. Let me support you in realizing your dream with all my efforts. Thank you so much. That's a deal. Now, will you be my friend? Please call me Tetsuya. Yes, of course. Please call me Yuto. We clicked perfectly because of our similar backgrounds and became friends. On that day, I made up my mind to start the business no matter what. At the same time, I decided not to lose to Ota. After that, I got many contracts by steadily gaining knowledge and skills. The day has come when the quarterly performance will be announced. I'm nervous. The announcement will be released at noon sharp. I have an appointment in the afternoon, so I'm waiting for the announcement at my desk. The time has come. I clicked on the webpage, holding my breath. I did it! At last! On the screen, it says, First place, Yuto Sakai. I am in second place? No way! Meanwhile, Ota was making a wry face outside the office when he saw the performance report. I saw Ota the next morning at work. Shoot! This company underestimates my abilities. There's no way I lost to you. This is not the right place for me. Now I understand that clearly. Ota started talking incessantly the moment he saw my face. I frowned, not knowing what to say. So, I'm leaving this company to start my own business. You'll hear my success story soon. In the meantime, you should focus on knowing your place in life. He left a declaration with me and left the company. I continued my efforts and stayed in first place for 3 consecutive years. Thank you so much for everything!
You can move on to the next step.
I've decided to leave the company after gaining enough abilities and experience. Finally, I've taken the first step toward realizing my long-term dream of starting my own business. 2 years have passed and I turned 30. My business has been growing steadily. Today, I'm attending a party that one of my clients invited me to. Whoa, they are all popular figures I've seen in magazines and on TV. I am nervous being surrounded by these famous presidents, but I need to get to know them to expand my business. The moment I gathered the courage to get involved in the party, a familiar voice called my name. Well, I see a familiar face. What's up, Sakai? You're invited too, Ota? Your face looks red. Are you alright? I am alright. What on earth brought you to this kind of party? You know this party is only for selected people, don't you? A guy like you, who isn't well educated, is out of place at this party. Oh no, he hasn't changed a bit. Moreover, his breath smells of alcohol. I just started my business, so they invited me here as a representative of my company. I see. but your business will be closed down before long, so cherish the memories while they last. Well, okay. He hasn't changed at all. I almost started laughing. Then I heard another familiar voice behind me. I'm sorry to interrupt. Good evening. Oh my, you're the president of Yamashita Corporation. Nice to meet you. I'm Ota from Ota Solutions. I see. Nice to meet you too. That was Tetsuya. He made eye contact with me and smiled gently. I'm so lucky to meet you, Mr. Yamashita. Is the girl next to you your secretary? No, she's not. She's my sister, Arisa.
My name is Arisa Yamashita. I accompanied my brother today. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, I get nervous when I see a pretty girl like you. Oh, by the way, I would like to talk to the man standing next to you. Him? He's nobody compared to you, Mr. Yamashita. He owns a very small company. He's nobody? Yes, he's nobody. He's an old classmate of mine. He's not well educated and comes from a poor family. He started his business for show, but his skill and caliber aren't equal to his ambition. This is a place where only selected people can join. Let me kick him out of the room. Don't, Ota. Stop talking. You have to leave here. Mr. Ota, do you know who you're being rude to? What? As Tetsuya's attitude suddenly changed, Ota remained still. Let me put it this way. Do you happen to know who you've been calling all sorts of names? Yes, I do. He's Sakai, who is not well educated and comes from a poor family. And now he is the president of the struggling company. Oh, you talk about the president of Sonections like that? The president of the company that is growing so rapidly? What? Sonections is the company everyone is talking about in this industry lately. Sakai is the president of the company? It seems he didn't know what kind of business I had started. I now own a job advertising company that focuses on supporting single mothers. My company has been growing steadily. In addition to offering job assistance, we provide a community where people in similar situations can connect with each other and exchange information. Our company is becoming popular for bringing fresh air to the recruitment industry. Why does a guy like him, who comes from a poor family and had a miserable life, succeed? Ota got too shocked to stand still. However, he lifted his face and gave me a vicious look. I don't acknowledge your success. Never! You have always been like that. In studies, sports, and love life. You always do better than me. Why does someone like you, who comes from a poor family, succeed? The results will be announced soon. I think I'm better than him. Hey, it's announced! I'm in second place. Again.
You are in first place again. You should teach me how to study.
Just luck. I'm not good enough to teach you something. Yes, our team is gaining a good lead. We can win. Finally, I can win. I'm not gonna lose. No, our team will lose because of me. We did it. We won a dramatic come-from-behind victory. What the hell? I thought I could win today. Why can't I win? What's wrong with me? Why him? He's poor with only one parent. Why the hell do I always lose to him? I've been doing my best, but you're always passing me by with a foolish smile on your face. You can't imagine how I have been feeling all the time. Just disappear from my sight. Ota kept losing to me both in study and sports. He now has a huge inferiority complex. Tetsuya and Arisa now look unhappy as they watch how Ota is acting. I guess you have your own problems. I don't know what you have been going through, and I can't imagine how you're managing to deal with it. No matter what you've been going through, you have no rights to deny his accumulated efforts. That's an extremely evil act. Why the hell are you taking his side?
When we were children, we lived in poverty with my mother. Just like Mr. Sakai did.
No way.
That's why we understand why he lives the way he does. He knows what it means not to have things others have.
I think I know what kind of person you are. You think only about yourself, and you have no respect for others.
You are completely selfish, and you don't have the mind to care about others.
Yuto had been going through many difficulties, and now he has started his business to support the one who is going through a tough time. I have great respect for him, so I don't think I can do business with someone like you who treat him badly. Oh no! Ota couldn't cozy up to Tetsuya and Arisa. Instead, he digged his own grave. Especially, he was heartbroken because he secretly had the hots for Arisa. He left the hall with his shoulder drooped. Thank you so much for helping me. Not at all. I've been waiting to meet you again, Yuto. It's been a long time. I'm sorry for not keeping in touch. Don't worry about it. We both are really busy. But I know we are friends even when we don't see each other. Also, I've been constantly checking your company's performance and your interviews. You know what? My sister is a big fan of you. Aren't you, Arisa?
Stop it!
What? Is that true?
Yes, I have been reading every article on you. My brother has been telling me how wonderful you are in person, so I've become your fan.
I see. Thank you so much. I feel embarrassed though. Yuto, why don't you ask her out for dinner sometime?
I don't want to bother him.
It's no bother at all. I'm glad to do so. In spite of all the things happened, the party ended successfully. After that, Ota's company went bankrupt. Why in the hell did this happen? His performance at the previous company was only because of the value of its name. After he left the company, his new business had been struggling financially. I'm sure he can make a fresh start if he completely reforms himself. I wonder if that happens. Arisa and I went on a date a couple of times, and gradually I fell for her. I think you already know, but I've fallen for you. If it's okay with you, I want you to be my girlfriend. What do you say?
Yes, I'd love to.
And we officially started going out. My business has been growing steadily, and the relationship between Arisa and I is going pretty well.
Mr. Sakai, we thank you so much for being on our show.
It's my pleasure. I'm honored to be on the show.
Today, I would like to ask you how you started your company in details. May we start now?
Yes, the reason why I decided to start my company is... Yuto's interview is on TV. I should record it. You shouldn't do that. I'm embarrassed.
I want to see that. Please move over.
Where you were born and how you were raised matters in life. What school you graduated from and how you lived in your youth matters too. However, it is totally up to you if you can lead a happy life or not. I have learned that from my experience. So you shouldn't give up on your dreams. If only you look forward and step ahead, the road before you will lead you to the goal.